Hey team, and welcome back to the channel for Adventures in Auckland Part 2.
In case you missed Part 1, we spent our first few days in Auckland studying up in the amazing Auckland War Memorial Museum, had a wander around the Auckland Art Gallery, enjoyed the spectacular panoramic views from the top of the Sky Tower, and got a taste of life at the elite level at the brilliant All Blacks experience.
We figured that was quite enough content for one episode of our little show, and just in case you missed it, we'll put the link in the description below and at the end of this video.
With that, let's dive straight back into Auckland, which still have plenty more to offer up.
Good morning. I've just been for a nice little 5k jog. The sun is finally out. It's early on a Saturday morning and everyone's out. These kids are so young and they're playing sports everywhere. There's people running, there's people playing cricket. There's parents lining up with their collapsible chairs and newspapers to watch their kids get some exercise. It's really nice here. They've figured it out, they've got something right. And it keeps this place happy and it keeps this place healthy. See you in a bit. We are on our way out to Waiheke Island. We went for the 11 o'clock ferry and didn't realise that this is by far the most popular thing to do in Auckland, so the ferry was slammed. We got on the 11:30, which was fine, but this boat does not have a spare seat on it. It's 3 floors. I think this is essentially the first good day of weather that they've had for the summer, and it's Saturday today, so I think everyone is on their way out, which hopefully is a good sign that we picked the right thing to do. Look at that. We learned from some locals who we met in the pub yesterday that 1 in 4 people in Auckland has a boat. And they are everywhere, and it's really cool. What a way to spend a day. This bay is almost completely enclosed, so the water is so calm, there's no waves. This must be one of the best places in the world for sailing. Fantastic.
After an hour or so in the queue to get on the ferry, a 40-minute boat ride and then a 20-minute queue to get off, we scrummaged our way onto a bus. A short ride later, we made it to our first stop. Quick tip from us, if you want to go to Waiheke Island, avoid the weekends and get an early boat.
I'm sure I'm about to butcher the pronunciation, but we are in Waitangi. On Waiheke Island, and it's really nice. Really, really nice. It has taken us an appalling amount of time to get here though, so I think we're going to stop and have some lunch because we are hungry, and then we'll go find some wineries. Big moment. Lauren is officially on the beach in New Zealand. Look at this. Waitangi Beach. It's so lovely. I've never seen a shell that shape before. This beach is covered in them. Look at this. Lovely place. Waiheke Island is famous for wine. And that in front of us looks like a vineyard, so we are going to go and drink some. And by some, I mean lots. This is a big moment. This is our first vineyard of New Zealand, Stony Ridge, here on Waiheke Island. Let's go. I think we figured out where everyone on the boat was going who was all dressed up this morning. What a place.
First glass of wine in New Zealand.
Good news, my helicopter is here.
Welcome to winery number 2, which kind of resembles a kiddie's playground. We've got archery, we've got netball, we've got chess, lots and lots of games. It's a very nice chilled out pub. And we've got some vineyards behind us, and you can see the little grapes growing. And the potential they'll end up all one day, although the wine's not great.
How pretty is that? Honora Beach. Beautiful. Onera Beach, I'm corrected. Morning. It's Sunday morning and I'm out for my first Sunday long run in a very long time. I have got 10 miles to do, which normally for me is nothing, but I haven't run more than 10k in 4 months. So I've got my trail vest on, got my water. This is a place called Onehunga. The water's just behind me, and I'm about to do a route called the Coast to Coast Track through Auckland, which should give me some amazing views of Auckland as I go. But the start is hilly and up, so I'm hiking to warm up. See you in a bit. Last view of the water on this side for the moment, and we are heading across into the city. We are standing at the top of One Tree Hill, which is marked by this amazing obelisk. Let me read you what it says. This monument was erected in accordance with the will of the late Sir John Logan Campbell KT, who visualised and desired that a towering obelisk should be erected on this site, the summit of, I'm going to butcher this, Monkagiki, as a permanent record of his admiration for the achievements and character of the great Maori people. How nice is that? And the view is astonishing. So every time you see like a large cone in the ground, like you can see there, that's a volcano. But the Sky Tower viewing deck is 222 meters up. You can see it over there. I don't really feel like I'm looking up at it very much. One Tree Hill is one of the best known landmarks in Auckland. It was given this name by the Maori people because a single tree stood at its summit. Unfortunately, an unknown European settler cut the tree down in 1852. Some say as an act of vandalism, others simply say for firewood. Next stop on the run takes me through the University of Auckland, and I have a horrid feeling it takes me up the top of that. Let's go. That is Mount Eden, and when I can cross the road, I'm going up. Oh, it's going to be steep. Here we go. How wonderful a view is that? There's the bridge. There's the Sky Tower CBD. This is the crater at the summit of Mount Eden. The city's off down that way. But I'm afraid that crater means, as you probably guessed, we are standing on a volcano. I think the next stop and the walk is the museum over there, which thankfully is a much lesser climb to get to the top of this. It's been a steep old day. I made it to the Auckland Museum, which we visited a few days ago. Really brilliant. And that over there is the summit of Mount Eden, where I was just standing 20 minutes ago, a bit more. Ah, time to get into the city. 2 hours and 10 minutes of running and a lot of hiking. 10 miles on the clock. I'm back in the city. Okay, I'm on Queen Street. This is the main street in central downtown Auckland. The run actually ends just down near the Hilton Hotel on the water, very close to where Laura and I were having drinks on Friday evening. But I'm meeting her around here for brunch somewhere. I have done 17 kilometers over 2 hours and 16 minutes, and that is the water right there. So the actual end is about 500 meters that way. But I think I'm going to call it done, bank it as a really great run, and go and join my wife for some very, very well earned breakfast, because it's like 1 o'clock and I haven't eaten a damn thing yet today. See you all later. After a 10-mile run. It's time to refuel, and Auckland has got you covered. Look at this. Look what Lauren's got. Thoughts? We'll see you later. This lovely little run of side streets showing off the architecture and just a little bit of age. Hello, mate. And the friendly locals. Look at that. It's great. We are on the waterfront, just to the east of downtown, and it's boats as far as the eye can see. It's great. That view downtown is great as well. How about that for a view of downtown Auckland? I'm really vibing with this city. I like it here. It feels very livable, very outdoorsy. I like it a lot. How's this for a bit of urban regeneration? They've been working on this for about 10 years and they've just completely transformed this area from an industrial mess to a buzzing urban space covered in bars, pubs and restaurants with this wonderful view out over the water and into the city. It's brilliant. The next morning we left Auckland and went north for a week, before heading back south through Auckland once more to see the rest of the North Island. After heading down the east coast, spending Christmas in Wellington at the bottom of the North Island, and then working our way back up the west coast, we got back to Auckland on December 31st, in time for New Year's Eve. Before we went downtown to party, there was one more pit stop in Auckland that as a massive rugby fan I simply couldn't miss. The magnificent Eden Park, New Zealand's national stadium. It's time to go for a tour that I have been excited to do for years. This is going to be brilliant. Home of the All Blacks and the Black Ferns. Welcome to Eden Park Stadium. See the tip of the Sky Tower over there in the background. Wow.
Eden Park seats just under 50,000 people at its maximum capacity. When it is being used for cricket, as was the case when we visited, a number of the seats are taken away to make the extra space needed for a cricket oval. Our wonderful guide told us about the history of this brilliant place, which has been used as a sports ground since the year 1900, before taking us on a tour behind the scenes.
We started at the very best of Eden Park's corporate hospitality boxes. Yeah. He's aged a bit, hasn't he? Brilliant. That's a view. That's a view. Welcome to the pitch at Eden Park. Wow.
Side, it's what we call rye. It's a mixture that we do.
Set up for cricket at the moment, the posts are down. But if that is the pitch, there you go. Made it onto the pitch at Eden Park. It's about the closest I'll ever come to being an All Black. Doesn't look like much, but this is the tunnel where they line up to run out. There's hazard tape on the top so the players don't hit their heads.
One day on a tour, I had a former under-19 Scottish got forward. He scraped it.
Imagine running out of that tunnel. Wow. Thank you. All Blacks changing room. There are a few names. Dan Carter, Jane Alomi and Richie McCaw. Nice changing rooms. They've got a hot tub. They've got 2 hot tubs. All Blacks changing room. I'll bet it's nice in there. / a bit busy after games. Oh, Lauren's gone wandering. Coach's room. It's where the coaches sit during the games. And not a bad view. Yeah. Not a bad view at all. That is the end of the tour, along with a little reminder that the All Blacks haven't lost on this ground since 1994. They lost to the French. Bit of a fortress. Really great tour. Cool experience. What a stadium. As a rugby fan, Eden Park was a real treat, and I'm so pleased we were able to fit it in before heading out into the city for the final night of 2022. Hello.
Good evening.
From downtown Auckland, New Year's Eve. It is 9:30, well past our bedtime, but back there you can see the Sky Tower. And according to the news, there are 3,500 fireworks attached to it at the moment.
500 kilos of flares.
That ought to do. So hopefully in about 2.5 hours, we are going to have a hell of a light show. That's a good shot of it. Look at that. It's cool being back. But for now, we are going to go and find a beer. Or several beers. See you in a bit. We are waiting for the fireworks, and I have found a comfortable place to sit.
It's me. I'm the spot.
Cheese! 2 minutes left. 2022. We are getting ready. It's a cool atmosphere around here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you soon. It's not the London fireworks.
It's cute.
We were warned, it's not the London fireworks. Oh dear.
Shut up. It's fine. It's lovely.
It's a bit more like it. Well, from Auckland and the Dons down under.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2023. We have learned that the fireworks in Auckland,
A little bit naff.
yeah, they're a bit crap, but we've seen them and now we know. So next year we'll go to Sydney.
Next year in London.
Yeah, next year in London. We are standing at the base of the Sky Tower, and if they can't do fireworks, at least they know how to light it. It's beautiful. Really gorgeous. Not as gorgeous as that though. Happy New Year's Day from like South Auckland. We only drove about 10 minutes to get here from Eden Park. You can see just in the background over there, you probably can't, but we can, the obelisk on the top of One Tree Hill, so we're really not too far out. We are going to have a lazy day with a cup of tea. See you later.
Hey neighbours! Other than our campsite being invaded by chickens as Josh tried to make us dinner, our last night in Auckland was very relaxed.
Oh, there's one under the bloody van, that's perfect! It's like amusing you, darling. You want chicken for dinner? I've got a lot. Oh, there you go. Fuck off.
Next time on the Doms Down Under, we pick up a new camper van for another 80 nights of road tripping adventure and head to the most northern point of New Zealand, journeying into New Zealand's ancient woodlands and to one of its most important historical sites.
I am currently the most northern human on the New Zealand mainland.
Hi!
We survived. We are standing in Waitangi. We are standing on the place where the Treaty of Waitangi was signed in 1842. So we are going to enjoy these views.
The weather has finally been on our side for the first time in the road trip. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you've enjoyed this one.
A massive shout out to the 250 of you who've subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't already done so, please join me. Click that subscribe button. See you next time.